the edge, feel like I'm floating through the air. The pain I felt is paid for, all is said and done. Oh, I am restricted, fixed upon the web. I need to kick the habit that my mind is breathing in. Break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless. Burning the bridge that keeps us. I'm here and I'm feeling fearless. Exaggerated, that's what you assume. The story's over now, I must conclude. I am conflicted, watching where I step still, hanging in the balance. Not the life I want to live, I want to take it all. Standing tall, fear outweighed the person you are. Oh, break out, I've got to see. Spent all my life holding all of it closely. I played it innocent, a feel of discontent. I'm finally facing it all, fearless.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will cater to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type medify.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's medify.gg/@cmasorl_.
Welcome back, everyone. Very entertaining upper bracket match. Now on to hopefully an even more entertaining lower bracket. Trickery versus Xinjiang in a best of 5. And this time I'm not alone. I'm joined by Veiled to help me cast this best of 5. We'll see how it will go. But first of all, Veiled, how are you doing yourself today, mate?
I'm doing pretty well. I couldn't really join you the last one to bail you out because I was having some dinner, but now you got some company. We can cast some great games here. We have 2 lower bracket matches about to happen on the mainstream. It will be Unito versus 20 Recruits, I believe. And on this one, we have Trickery versus Xinjiang. So, big matchup ahead. I just watched Xinjiang get absolutely demolished by Team Berserkers, but they had 2 close games. I believe they might be able to pull it back this time. But if we look at our talent predictions here, Nova, anything you think look intriguing here?
Well, okay, I'm looking across at them. I'm specifically noticing yours is rubbish. But no. You have, first of all, Spire making that full run with their Ascent team. Fair play for calling that one with their upper bracket win. But also, both of us have Unitox going through here. Now, actually, I say that, you had Unitox staying in the upper bracket as well. Based on the fact that you have Trickery finishing 4th here. So only one of them can go through. But look, yours looking very accurate already with that Ascent top 3. But we'll see. Is that going to continue on? Or are you going to fall flat on your face when Berserkers go away and win it? I'm not sure.
It's a good question. You know, people might clown on me for the Berserkers prediction. I'm gonna stick by it. You know, I put them 0-2 because not because I hate the players or I hate the team, but I just know that their manager Petroid, he has quite a reputation of his lowest team going 0-2 after having a really dominant season. So, not to happen this season, and I'm actually quite happy to see that. But yeah.
Look, interesting enough, Bald saying we have our current predictions for this series coming up at best of 5. I've said 3-1 Unitox. You've said 3-2 Trickery. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I think Trickery looks pretty strong. Obviously, Xinjiang, they looked not weak last game, but they didn't look strong, and I think their mental might be a bit in the dumps here. So I'm gonna back Trickery to get to that 4th spot, and what happens there, we're gonna take from there. But yeah, I have Trickery going 3-2.
Well, we will see if that stays true. One of us will be right, the other one will be wrong. We're getting into game 1, DFH Stadium. Both teams only with 1 life left. The next 15-20 minutes to define their season. Can they stay strong, or will one of them falter quickly? Will we be seeing a game 5 on stream for the first time today? 2 3-0s today. So hopefully something a bit more exciting as we see the players finally getting into this lobby. Yeah, Tombast, Laners, and JPEG versus Q, Pixel Glitch, and Zombie. We are right underway here.
Yeah, and one thing I'm noticing from start, Tombast being in a bit based car. And also Hansen rocking those 18th century wheels. I think I have seen him do it before, but I don't think he did it last game in playoffs. But to start us off, just a bit of back and forward. Hansen almost finding the back of the net there, not quite able to. Pixel Glitch tries to make it 1 for himself. Zombie takes a pot shot, but it's strong defense from Trickery here to start us off. JPEG, bit of a chance, not able to finish it here to Nova.
It's been a strong opening for both teams, both having a bit of a chance here. Hansen, that's a good fake. Zombie gets a shot on target, off the crossbar. Where's the follow-up? Great save by Tom, but it's going to stay in possession for them here. Zombie now gets it under 1. Xinjiang, they can't quite convert just there, but that was a great opportunity for them. JPEG now putting into midfield. Tom getting the 50, and both teams already opening up with good chances. That is just what we want to see so far.
Yeah, indeed. And here, almost gonna have another chance, but oh, it's quite open here. JPEG, the only one that can stop this, but only 3 boosts to work with. He's gonna delay it a little bit, but the shot from Hansen comes through. Gets saved by Lanners, though. So, not quite able to make the most of their opportunities yet, but yeah, a good defensive performance from both teams, just testing each other out here.
Yeah, and that's all you need to do in this opening minute and a half. Try and figure out what kind of style your opponents are going for. Right now, however, the pressure is starting to lean in favor of that Xinjiang Unitox roster. As here comes Zombie. That one's on target. JPEG seeing it all the way through, tapping it towards laners. And now Tom, not quite on target, not reading the fake, so it's going to be a counterattack if it weren't for JPEG. Hansen now clearing it all the way to halfway line. Tom, it's a weak shot, so sort of just bouncing back and forth right now in this opening 2 minutes. That's a Zombie getting on target. Good save from Tom. They're getting, you know, some nice defensive plays going here, but they can't keep on letting that happen. They have to start finding something on offense.
Yeah, that's what you need. You can't just make half chances. You have to actually score the chances. JPEG looking to do just that here. He fakes it for Lanners, but Lanners extending just a bit too far and actually catches Tom Based a little off guard, and that sets Zombie up, and he scores a goal off of the miscommunication from Trickery's defense here.
Yeah, and that's so well from him. Laners maybe could have got a better touch, but that's not going to matter anymore. Very good offense. Finally getting rewarded. That's his 5th shot of the game already, and we're only halfway through. Can Zombie find a second one? Maybe if he keeps on putting up this prowess. We'll have to wait and see. But for now, JPEG finding his teammate in midfield. That's a great 50. JPEG not enough power onto instead. Hansen getting to save away. Now does he have the flick while trying to beat one? He does successfully. He gets bumped out of it. So JPEG leaving, or sorry, getting a good touch. Laners now arriving late. Gets the shot. Beats 2. And the equalizer coming out just like that. Much better from them here to get the equalizer.
Yeah, Leonard's someone who has actually gone quite under the radar this season, I feel like, as an academy player. I had the opportunity to play with him in a Tu's academy tournament we did a while back, and we actually made it all the way to the final, me and him. Plays very, very patiently, able to get the most out of most opportunities, and that goes to show right there, scoring the goal for his team. Gets another chance here, but shot is not good enough. JPEG is lurking on the side. He's gonna take it to the backboard. That's a good double tap. The bump to Boast, and Tom Base takes it home. Trickery has found the lead here.
JPEG, take a bow for that one, mate. Onto the backboard, gets the double, gets the bump as well, taking out Pixel. Tom just smashing it off the bar and in. Unstoppable, that one. Giving Trickery the lead, and that is just what you need from JPEG, the creator this match. 2 saves and 2 assists to his name. He can be the difference maker if he keeps on playing like that one. Played insane last, he played as well on Wednesday night, I believe. But can they show more? Tom getting the 50 across. Off the corner in the end, JPEG, that's not a great touch. So Hansen putting into the midfield, but Pixel is 0 here. Tom now going to control it. Managed to avoid the bump, getting the shot away as well, but Zombie sees that one all through. JPEG now testing the defense as well as we enter the last 80 seconds. And it's looking quite tough for Xinjiang. They're going to have to try and find that aggression they had early on. We were talking about Zombie earlier. 5 shots in the first half since his goal. Not a single shot created by him.
Yeah, and if you look back at that last offensive opportunity from Trickery right there, where Tom Base was taking upfield, I'm actually surprised that neither of the defenders off of Xinjiang was unable to take a challenge. They do find one back here. Zombie once again able to find the equalizer here. He reads the bounce. It's not like the best shot ever, but it's good enough to find an equalizer. And we have a tie game once again.
That's all you need. Good enough. That's what matters here. Can the goal go in? Yes, it does. And Zombie, he also wins the 50 after a poor kickoff, but Tom getting back around to it. Now put into the midfield. Zombie risking that one, diving his last man, but works out for him. Gets the touch. Not quite good, however, as Hansen double commits with it. Can the counter-attack come out here now? Not quite. Hansen's going to turn on that one. As we enter the last 30 seconds, all the pressure back in Xinjiang's favor.
Yeah, Xinjiang, they have had a lot of pressure, but here Tom Base with a bit of a pot shot. Great save from Hansen. The rebound is found by Tom Base, but he's not able to seal it away. Zombie is going to try and clear it here, but JPEG keeping this one alive. He's going to try and bounce it infield. Lanners, he reads it, but it gets blocked on the goal line, and we just might have an overtime here. Unless Xinjiang has anything to say about it.
Look, you're right, overtime it is. Thought they were going to go to full length there. Not quite, JPEG. Not connecting well with the air dribble. Here he comes again. Can he make a better one happen here? That's a poor touch. Tom Bass has to jump for that one. Managing to 58 with Hansen. Goes towards the corner now. Can they stay in control of it? Pixel getting it into the corner once more. Zombie, he's up first to it, but just can't quite wrap around to it. JPEG getting demoed for his favors. Elena's clearing it down the line. Into that corner right now. Can Pixel Glitch make something happen? Instead, it falls to Tom Bast to pass midfield. Not quite working out. And Pixel Glitch leaving it for Hansen. That one's onto the backboard. Is it going to drop down nicely for anyone? Zombie slow to it. Does get the beats, but it's not quite what they would have been looking for. A great chance goes begging.
And we get a bit of an academy moment there. JPEG and Lanners just trying to figure out who's going to take care of that ball. That leads to them not being able to get out of defense here, but Tom Bast is going to try everything he can to stop this attack. JPEG, that's a great save. Tom Bast is going to carry this one forward to Lanners, off to the backboard. Is anyone going to be there for the shot? Tom Bast takes one, but it's off target. Now Pixel Glitch carrying it up the side wall here. He's gonna look for the 50. He gets one, beats out JPEG, but that's a strong challenge by Lanners here. He's gonna take it infield, leaves it for Tom Bast, gets a strong 50. JPEG should get on the end of this one. It's off the backboard. It's a miss by Pixel. Lanners could take this one home, but it's off the post. Tom Bast can't get the dunk. And Xinjiang, they hang on for dear life here.
And that should have been probably... I'm searching for words here. They should have found that one trickery. Instead, they've gone back to the drawing board without a goal. They are still putting the pressure on. Pixel Glitch, he sort of just sent his own defender for there. Fair play, mate. And almost taking it up the other way as a result of it. JPEG now beats one, gets the boost grab as well. That's going to be important because Zombie doesn't have any boost. There's no boost in that back corner either. But Pixel Glitch getting the important clearance. Tom now versus Pixel Glitch. Pixel with the beat. Does he have to pass midfield? Just dropping it down. A double commit from Laners and JPEG, but that keeps it safe. Now on to the target once more. JPEG clearing it away yet again. Pixel Glitch onto the backboard. Who's up? A demo's there. But again, there's no follow-up. And that one, not even on target. It feels like they're just a bit afraid right now, Xinjiang, to send that second man to try and find that winning goal.
Yeah, both teams playing to not lose right now, and that might be you know, something that is worth doing to some extent. But when you are in an overtime like this, you don't want to play to not lose. You want to make sure you get that goal. That's all that matters. One goal to split the difference between these two, and it's not yet been found. Zombie is gonna try and make it happen. A little bit of a double commit from Trickery here. Lanners with a whiff. This could be a strong chance for Pixel Glitch. He puts it on the far corner, but it's not on target. And JPEG gets a little piece of it, but the bump onto Tom Bast seals the deal here. And Xinjiang takes game one.
I'm kind of say, what an angle from Zombie. That is a tight one, but with Tom getting bumped out, finding target from there, it's not an easy feat, but he manages to pull it off. Xinjiang take game one, end in style after that 3-minute overtime.
Indeed. Can you give me 1 second here?
Oh, absolutely. Look, I'll yap as much as I want if I'm asked to. Zombie with the MVP, 723 points, 8 shots, 3 goals, getting himself the hat-trick, 2 saves as well to go with it. Really the difference maker on the offense there. You give him the opportunity and he takes it. After 2 minutes 30 in, he only had 3 shots in the next 5.5 minutes, but scoring 2 of them, it doesn't really matter. They've come away with the win, and if that's the play style they want to play, JPEG's 3 saves, Tom's 3 saves, Lena's 2 saves, it's not going to be enough to keep him out.
It definitely isn't, and over on the mainstream, we have had 20R take the first game away from Team Serene as well, so just a bit of an update there. Now, if I look at this matchup, it's actually very, very even in that first game. All the goals really coming off of mistakes, but Zombie able to get a hat-trick off of the back of that game. That is definitely a surprise to me. I don't know if it's a surprise to the rest of you, but I'm looking to see if he can keep up that performance going into this playoffs run.
It will be the big question mark, not only in this series, but like you said, in the run entirely. Meanwhile, You'd have to presume illusory trickery. They're not going to go down easily. They showed it when they played in the play-ins that they can link up very well. We're yet to really see that though. The passing plays, they haven't quite come out. They've been trying them just like there. JPEG trying to float across the laners, but just a bit too high, a bit too much power onto it. If they can sort that out this game, they can suddenly twist and turn the momentum in this one. But for now, Zombie taking from his own backboard. He doesn't really have to boost, so he has to get a bit of help from Hansen. That one going to, however, go all the way back to that corner. This laner's now getting the boom. It's a pop-up pie. It's not that far. Hansen with the shots cleared away by JPEG. And yet again, feels just like game one. Both teams sort of trying to test each other out.
Yeah, it was a great save by JPEG, but immediately he decides to pass it to the opponents, taking away all the pressure he had just built up. But Landers here could have a shot. He's gonna have to fall back to Tom Base to make the save. He does so. Hansen looking to set up Pixel Glitch, not really able to do so. A bit of an overcommit here from Trickery, and that could cost him for an early goal here in this game, but not to be yet. Bump comes through. Pixel Glitch keeping pressure on. Tom Base with a nice challenge. And now both teams just back to sitting in the midfield a little bit. A shot comes through from Tom Base, but it's saved by Zombie. Definitely having a strong impact in this series so far.
Yeah, it's not saying he can't defend, but a great save there. Managing to avoid the bump as well. Pressure starting to ramp up a bit. They are being caught in their own back half as Pixel and Zombie double commit on that one. Tom now try and place it into the midfield. JPEG not willing to overcommit just yet, but does end up cutting rotations to get back to that one. Now cleared away. Pixel Glitchy, zero boost, so Tom just a tad bit scared, but in the end realizing there's no real danger. JPEG with the fake. Tom with the shot off the post. Falls back out to laners. This is great pressure from Trickery, but right now they haven't quite found a goal. JPEG now getting the 50, pinches it away, however, which means it's going to go over to the sidewall. Laners. Tom, is it on? Bounces in! And finally, the pressure, the goal they've been looking for, goes their way. Great shot by Tom. 1-0 Trickery.
Yeah, in this tier, you maybe can say in a lot of different tiers, those bounce shots, they don't really have a lot of an impact. But in this tier, if you can get just the right bounce, it makes it so awkward for the last defender, and that's what we've seen here. That it's just too awkward for him to save it, even though you might argue that he should have. But Zombie here with a pot shot off his own, Landers saves it. It's gonna fall to JPEG here. He has two people to beat. He makes it go back to Tom Based, and this could just start another counter attack for Trickery here. It goes to the middle. Hansen with a bit of a touch, but it's not the best clear. Zombie bails him out for now. He's gonna look for the... I thought he was gonna go for the reset, but takes a little touch instead. JPEG comes awkward off of Tom Base's touch, but manages to steal the boost away from Pixel Glitch, I believe. Though he still has a lot of boost. Lenners, strong defensive effort there. It's gonna be a 50 here. It's gonna fall to Pixel Glitch, but the angle is not the best to take a shot at. But it falls right down to Zombie, who once again makes the most out of maybe not the most efficient situation to be in, but he finds a goal.
Yeah, JPEG, he's just looking to catch it, not really expecting that last man dive from Zombie. But that's the kind of player he is. He just likes to go for the offensive, the risky stuff. And yet again, he takes a lot of shots, 3 shots to his name so far, but he's not going to care how many shots it takes once he's getting the goals. Hansen, he died for that one, playing the 50 as well, this time not quite going in. I feel like if it was Zombie, that one just goes flying into the net, because that's just his type of goal. But unfortunately, Hansen, you are not him, mate. Tom now versus Pixel Glitch. Pixel getting the win. Good fake right Zombie. Put into the midfield. Hansen arriving late, getting the shot. It's way off target, but does get the boost steal, which means they can continue on their pressure. JPEG now losing out on the 50, but no one there to follow it up for Xinjiang means it's going to be cleared away. As we enter the last 90 seconds, this one slowed down a lot. Really feels like that overtime in game 1 where both teams are sort of playing to not lose.
Yeah, it's kind of the same situation as we had last season, last game. And an overtime very much in the cards here, if what we've seen so far is anything to go by. Pixel Glitch, the strong defensive effort there. Zombie is gonna try and make sure that overtime doesn't happen, but he gets caught out by Tom Based. The pass, almost good enough to squeeze it through, but yeah, we have an even game still. And Pixel Glitch might change that right here. He does. It's a great shot off the crossbar, and it bounces right in. And now Trickery, they find themselves on the back foot, needing an equalizer with only 50 seconds left.
Tom knows that was not the clearance you need to be making, mate. You're gonna get punished by the likes of Pixel if those opportunities are given away for free. Slams it off the crossbar and in, but with 47 seconds left, this one is not over just yet. Hansen now getting the beat, JPEG just catching it. That one bouncing around. Laners, he's put it into his own net. Cheats up just a bit too much, and a 1-goal lead feels like you can come back from that. 2 goals leads in this fashion feels so much tougher.
They can be, but we saw a very, very strong comeback by Ascent in the last series on this stream. Maybe Trickery can reproduce that, but only time will tell. They have been playing not to lose for the whole series so far, but what happens when they're 2 goals down like this? Maybe everything just starts firing on all cylinders, but it's gonna have to be quick now. Already down to 20 seconds on the clock. Tom Based tries to pinch it past, but can't quite do so. Hansen actually overcommits a bit. That sets JPEG up, but that's a strong challenge by Zombie. That should surely seal this game, unless Lenners can somehow find something magically here in the end. And it doesn't look like it is to be, as Xinjiang, they take the second game in this series.
Yeah, and they do very well to do so. Triple match point. It's a very dangerous situation to be in. But look, they've played well enough to put themselves into this position. And look, this 3-1 feeling all the more likely. But I guess you had 3-2 as well, so maybe the reverse sweep is on the cards. Pixel gets playing great. A goal, assist, a shot, 2 saves. He's doing everything, mate. But I find interesting most JPEG, only 98 points, kept quiet on all fronts. Can he step up? He can be the difference maker when he does get going, but he needs to do it now, because otherwise your team is out, mate.
Yeah, it looks like he's had a bit of a rough game, this one. Every single time he's had a chance to take some time on the ball, it actually just gets shut down by an early challenge from the third man on the opposition. And we do have a timeout called here. I believe 2 minutes more than the match changing, or the game changing to next. So we have a little bit of time to actually discuss what Trickery needs to do to get back into the series here, Nova. You mentioned JPEG. He needs to start firing here. But I think you could make the argument that the whole team just needs to find some cohesion, really. The passes haven't been up to par. The offensive plays, they're not really setting each other up. They're just trying to beat their man and nothing more, really, from what I can tell.
Yeah, and that sort of feels like the issue, that they're playing quite selfishly at times. And when I casted Trickery versus Propel, I believe it was last Tuesday, they were linking up so well in that best of 7. JPEG constantly making things happen, getting odd pops, getting odd passes, making everything work, but most importantly, when he was looking for another player, they were finding the passes flawlessly. It's not like the space isn't being offered this time, it just feels like they're not really going for it, or when they are going for it, they're overcomplicating it. They're going for too much power, or they're putting it too high, or they're going for a team bump. Sometimes you just need to make it more simple, calm it down, get the basics done, and then once you get that, you can start going for the more complicated stuff. So that's what I want to see them do in this game 3 if they want to turn it around.
Yeah, you're very right here. We do have half of the timeout left here. Just to build upon that, yeah, they need to find their rhythm together. On the other hand, this Xinjiang roster, they've looked very strong, but they've not been convincing to me if they want to make a run for their money, as you have them doing. So on their side, what I've been seeing, it's they overcommit a little bit as third man. Obviously, it has caught out Trickery quite a lot, so I can't completely discredit them for that. But I think sometimes they just take too many risks that isn't necessary. I think they just need to, they need to pull back a little bit after this timeout, because if they go out swinging and they make just too many mistakes, it opens up for Trickery to get straight back into the series.
Yeah, and I think that's a general way to play after any timeout. You just want to sort of see, calm yourself back in, see what your opponents are doing differently, and just play some solid Rocket League, which is what we're going to want to see. But finally, that timeout is over. Do or die, you've the next 5 minutes, Trickery, to define your season. Was it all for naught if you just go out and lose this one, or can they offer us a glimpse of hope? Well,
Yeah, and just a quick bit of an update real quick. 20 recruits, they have taken game 2. And they are 2-0 up right now. And they have the first goal in the third game of the series. So they are also on point to get a sweep, which is all we've had tonight so far. Not much thrilling Rocket League to be played today, but I'm hoping the Trickery can change that up for us a little bit here.
I'm hoping the same, but after a rocket of a shot, JPEG forced the ball out, a brilliant save, and a second one there, trying to pop over Pixel Glitch now. But that is a great catch. Going to get the second touch, not able to do much with it as he ran out of boost. Tom now from the side wall instead, getting the pass midfield, but again, it's just a bit too high, a bit too complicated. Laner's backflips, can he get back round to it? Yes, he can, but it's tapped off the crossbar. Where's the next man? JPEG getting the clearance away. Tom can only find it as far as Hansen places it behind his opponent, forcing it to just towards the corner, and this side, Trickery, they're running out of boost right now. They don't have much in the tank, so Pixel Glitch just forcing save after save. It's going to drain this boost. The pressure is relentless, constantly off the backboard, but constantly being saved away by Trickery right now.
Yeah, and Leonard's finding himself very awkward in the corner there. Tom Based bails him out. Hansen not good enough with the shot. Pixel Glitch almost squeezes it through, but not quite. Tom Based keeps it alive for Trickery here. Leonard's, that's a strong 50. The bump comes through though, that sets up Hansen, but not to be. Big clear from JPEG, the man we've been needing to see more of. Finally stepping up even just a little bit. Let's see if Trickery can make something happen off of this offense though. Doesn't look like it. As Pixel Glitch launches it to the other side. Tom Based, a little bit of a touch, but Hansen should have this one under wraps. It's actually a beautiful shot. Placed top right corner. And nothing Trickery can do to stop that one.
I wonder what was discussed during that timeout by both sides, because right now, whatever has changed, Xinjiang, they have been relentless in these opening minutes 45. It's looking quite tough for Trickery if they want to get back into this one. They need to start figuring out what is truly going wrong, because it's only gone from bad to worse. Tom now popping up high onto the backboard. 2 players up for it, and that one's going to drop mercifully into the midfield. Zombie getting a touch away, and the follow-up Zombie there again. It just feels like he's everywhere this series. Really just the main man on the team right now, as he forces a 50 there too. JPEG gonna prioritize the boost over the ball, gets the pass midfield. Laner's going to be there, popping it up high, but Pixel Glitch, oh, it should have been easy. Instead, that was ricocheting off the post and back out, and again, 2 great saves by Zombie. His name says he can't defend, mate. That is brilliant.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from him in this series that suggests that he can't defend. I don't know who came up with that name. He's been absolutely brilliant on the side of Xinjiang, and I'm sure that anyone from that franchise would agree with me on that one. He's definitely been monumental in this series. First game, scores all the goals for his side to win, and even in the overtime securing that win. That's so big. Second game, I believe he got 1 or 2 goals as well, also some strong saves. And in this game, I mean, he hasn't scored yet, but that save is almost as good as a goal on the other end.
Yeah, a great save there as well, and ricochets again off the bar. Trickery, they're going to be thinking, what do we have to do? The 50s, they're not going their way. They're just bouncing just a bit too high. And after that miss comes out, 1:40, 100 seconds left to fight for your season, lads. Tom takes it off the side wall, but doesn't quite get another touch off of it. Doesn't get the boost either, which means Hansen can just waste a bit of time. Leaves it to Pixel, taking up the wall this time. He has a bit of better control, gets the second touch, gets the third. Does he get across? Yes, he does, but no one there to follow it up. 80 seconds left now. Hansen trying to take it back just a bit. Instead, Tom's going to be the next man onto it. Zombie a bit out of position, but works out perfectly for him. Oh, and the fake as well. And Pixel Glitch, with 70 seconds to go, doubles the lead.
Yeah, they emerge ahead in this chaos here. 2 players pushing up. Bump not found. They beat their man. And it's just too easy for Xinjiang. If everything is to be trusted, they are going to go ahead off of a strong sweep to set them up into the next round here. And forget everything I said about them looking a bit unconvincing in the last game. They've definitely stepped up in this game 3. If they can keep this up, It could even take it in the next series as well.
Yeah, it's been rock solid defense that's done it for them this game. That said, that touch not too convincing. Laners can't find the target, man. And you need to be scoring that one with 50 seconds left. A golden opportunity goes to the begging. Hansen now just booming it towards the corner. They don't need to do much more than that. Just buy enough time. You can get a turret even better, but not necessary just yet. JPEG putting it off the sidewall. Pixel Glitch and Tom, they're going to 50th with each other. JPEG yet again chasing it, but it's going to be popped away. Laners, you need to make something happen now. It's just going to be cleared away by Zombie. And with 25 seconds left, is anything going to come for them? Goes into the midfield. Laners gets the boosts. Can he make anything happen here? Instead, JPEG's going to take it. There's the pass there. He doesn't get a strong touch on it. Tom with the fake Laners, you have to go for it, but just gets cleared towards the corner. And that, unless they can make an amazing counterattack here. Trickery, it's been wonderful to watch his playing, but unfortunately, Unitox's roster of Xinjiang have just been too much as they get the sweep.
Indeed they do. And just as that game finishes, over on the mainstream, Team Serene has managed to come back from that 1-goal deficit, and they've won the third game 2-1. But you can go over and tune in just after we finish discussing this series, because we have just a few points to discuss here. Strong performance from Xinjiang, able to find that sweep. Nothing really stopping them in that series. And yeah, in that last game, Zombie, we talked about him a little bit. He's dropped 360 points that game, 2 saves to his name, 3 demos, but the lowest amount of ball touches on his team. Played very strong there. So let's get some post-series stats on the screen here for us.
Look, obviously, the thing that matters the most there is the goals. 8 goals to 3. Didn't really feel like it being Tank Zombie there. Absolutely defending brilliantly with the amount of saves. Even though the stats suggest that Trickery is still on the back foot, having to make 19 of them. But possession right down the middle, field domination right down the middle, boost consumption dominated by Trickery, but doesn't really make the difference. In the end, it was the quality of the touches, of the shots, and of the performance in general that made the difference for Unitox right there.
Yeah, Trickery, they weren't clinical enough with their finishing. 3 goals only from 22 shots. That's not good enough to make it through in the Academy playoffs. But without further ado, let's get our series MVP on the screen here.
Yeah, and look, deservingly goes to Mr. Zombie Can't Defend. 5 saves, 4 goals across the 3 games, 30 and 66 points, over 400 points a game. So, look, 450 even. He absolutely deserves it. Didn't quite carry the team, but when it mattered most, when the tough came to shove, he was able to stand strong for himself, for the team. And without him, I don't think this would have been a sweep.
Definitely not. First game, all in his hands. If he didn't score those 3 goals, if he even doesn't score one of them, could have all very well changed. But that concludes it for this series. We will be right back. I think we'll have a bit of an extended break here, but there's still action going on the mainstream, so make sure you check that out while you wait for the next series here. I have been Veiled, and Nova done a terrific job here today. I don't know if you have more streams today, but if not, great job here today.
Thank you. We'll leave it at that, I think. Come back in half an hour's time, where you'll see Xinjiang play the winner of 20 Recruits and Unito. Don't go anywhere, folks.
You struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won, and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
empty hearts and neon lights. They're playing with my mind. Gotta get out of here tonight. Oh, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking.
so I'm going mainstream. Yeah. Going mainstream. Damn. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Woo. Going mainstream.
struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
I'm the storm that meets the moon. I'm the sun that will not move. Do you think you are? Who do you think you
Welcome back to the B stream. I am Vild. Joining me now is Cha, and we are about to have the lower semifinals in front of us. It's gonna be Xinjiang versus 20R, and well, one of the teams, a lot of people had to go all the way. I have them going all the way to the final, and that of course is 20R. On the other end is Unitox. They have gone a little bit under the radar, but some people still rate them to make it far. So an interesting series for us ahead of us, and I'm sure that Heki will spam in the chat while we do so. Cha, how do you feel about this playoff bracket that we have in front of us, or about to have in front of us?
Yeah, this entire playoffs has been very entertaining. Quite a lot of sweeps looking at this. We've had 4 sweeps so far. Then in that lower bracket, the only ones that haven't been sweeps. But yeah, some really great series, and Xinjiang getting swept in their first match, but coming back convincingly with a sweep against Trickery. Really good for them. And 20 Recruits also getting swept, and then beating Unito 3-1 afterwards. So both teams not starting off the playoffs all that great, but they came back into it well and recovered, and now they're coming up against each other here.
Yeah, they indeed have, and well, I saw this Xinjiang match against Drengir at the start of the evening, and what I said about them was they didn't really look that convincing to me. However, they stepped up in the last series, and even in that series I also said they didn't look convincing, but in that last game they look very, very strong. So if they can keep it up, they could make a run for their money. Now let's get our talent predictions on the screen here. And well, first thing I notice is that in my predictions, I have 20R going up to second. I have Xinjiang going to third. Well, one of them is gonna go out right here, right now, as the 4th team, so one of them is gonna be ruined for me. It's just about who. And other than that, well, I have Drengir going out in 6th, and they are in the upper finals here.
Yeah, I would say that your predictions aren't looking that great, but neither is mine. I had DSQ top 3, they're out. I had Xinjiang out already, and they're still in it. Did have 20R come in second, so maybe that could come to pass if 20R do manage to get this series and get this series over the line, but it's not looking great for either of us here, Vale.
Well, you had both Ascent and Xinjiang going 0-2, and none of them out yet, so yeah. Aspire set to play in the upper finals in a moment here, Chas. So I don't know about that one, but yeah, but I'm just checking here. It looks like we have all the players on the field, but before we get started, Cha, let's hear your predictions here.
Right. I know I have 20R going top 2. I know this goes completely against my predictions beforehand, but I'm gonna go 3-2 Unitox. Why? I don't exactly know. I just have a feeling.
Okay. I hear you. I think 20R is gonna win this one. I have them going to the final. I would like that prediction to come true. So I have them winning 3-1 here. So that's the predictions done. Let's just get the games on the way. I can't wait for this game to start, Cha. let's just get the players on the field here, and let's get settled in.
Yeah, we do have all the players in the lobby, and we'll get into this game of the lower semi-final. Finally get this underway as we do move through the Academy playoffs here in RSC. The first ever Academy playoffs to try and crown that champion. Will it be one of these teams? Well, they've got to get through this matchup first. 20R starting on that front foot. Nep to the backboard. Is someone there for it? Gingnut can't quite get connection on it. Nep's up again though. Nice touch from him to the sidewall. Nikira, can he follow it? Beat out by Hansen though. That's a big clear down. Nep, not much boost. Can only get it as far as Pixel Glitch. Now taking it forward. No boost to follow that though. Gingnut can get that one away. That's a shot, maybe onto the net, but Zombie just over and Hansen can't quite find the follow-up here, but a few chances coming either way here, Veiled.
Yeah, Nikira getting tested on the backboard here. He has a strong clear. Gingnut off to the backboard. Nikira not reading that no one is gonna touch that one, so he will just launch it onto the backboard, helping Pixel Glitch getting a clear here. Gingnut, he misses the ball. This could open things up. Pixel Glitch, I'm not sure that was the right course of action, but he keeps the pressure on. Nikira's gonna try and build him out here, but a strong 50 from Zombie sets up Pixel Glitch, but it's saved by Gingnut. Now Hansen here, that's a strong challenge. It's gonna be bouncing off the backboard. Nikira is up to the task, but he misses the follow-up, and that's an open net for Zombie. And what I saw in last series is he does not miss his chances, and he opens the scoring here from the side of Xinjiang.
Zombie apparently can't defend, doesn't need to score those. Gets this Xinjiang side off the mark very well. Gets them 1-0 up in this game. 1 foot closer to this game 1. Can they add another one here? Pixel Glitch going forward. Only as far as Nikira though, but miscontrols it a little bit. Hansen can cut that one out. Gingnut now on the backboard. Zombie keeping the pressure on, gets the shot, but it's a bit wide there. Hansen to the backboard, who's there to follow it? Gets the bump onto Nep. Zombie is coming in! And Zombie once again adds another goal to his tally for this game and puts Xinjiang 2-0 up.
Yeah, and he's been so clinical here tonight. Last series, he was the MVP. He scored a hat-trick in the opening game. He's on to do the same here. 1 more goal, and he equals that tally. Not only that, he also had some strong defensive performances despite his name. But yeah, he finds 2 for his side already. Let's see what 20R can do to respond to that. Gingnut, that shot is not good enough. Hansen is going to buy his team some time here. Nep lunges in, but it's going to go straight to the other side. Gingnut speeding his teammate here. Pixel Glitch is looking to get it forward, not quite able to do so. Nep passing it off to Nikira. He beats one, but Zombie, he holds strong, is able to clear that one off to the other side. Hansen, he's challenging Gingnut. Double commit from Xinjiang, but the pinch is just what they needed to make sure that they don't concede off of that mistake here. But a lot of pressure coming in from Xinjiang here, Cha.
Yeah, they just seem really comfortable at the moment. 20 recruits can't really get into this game 1 at all so far. Maybe making it free here, and they do. Hansen slots that away. Zombie, the scorer, turned to the setup. Really nice pass from him, and Hansen gets there just in front of the defender and puts Xinjiang 3-0 up halfway into this game. And if you're 20 recruits, you've got to be just replaying in your mind, if they can get free in half a game, so can we.
Indeed, it's just, there's been no answer from 20R. They have not been able to find anything to get going in the offensive third. Everything getting shut down just when it looks like it's about to get started. Zombie once again shutting it down. That sets up Hansen. Passes it infield, but no one is there. Nikira gets demoed. He was one of the only people with boost on that team. Gingnut getting tested on the backboard. He does well on this occasion. Zombie tries to take it over Nep. Can't quite do so. Pixel Glitch, that's a strong challenge. Gingnut, he takes a shot, but Nikira rotating ball side just manages to stop that before it could even get started. Nep, he's trying to keep the pressure on here, but Pixel Glitch is gonna clear it. It's on into the corner, but Gingnut holds strong. Nikira bumped on the goal line. That opens things up, but Nep just bailing his teammate out. Nikira, he's gonna try to carry this forward. He beats one. Can't get past Zombie once again, though. Nep, strong clear here. And maybe, just maybe 20R can find a little bit of pressure here.
Yeah, they need to keep this ball in that red half. They're not able to get out of their half. The game is being almost completely played in that purple half. Nikira almost manages to find that net, but can't quite. Nep to the backboard. This is better from 20R. To the backboard again, but Pixel Glitch is there. Gingernut can't get the touch. Zombie, a lovely touch over Nikira just to stall a few more seconds off the clock, but it's only mid. Zombie again gets a touch out wide. Nikira can't get there because once again, Zombie is on the ball, proving immense for Xinjiang in this game 1, and now they're back down the other end. 20 recruits, they need this attack to go in if they want a shot. The mid pass, Gingernut, he can't get the connection on it, and with 30 seconds left, you think that's probably game 1 done and dusted here.
It definitely does look like it. This 20R roster, coming from someone who's played against them, I don't understand. I see what's going wrong. They're not playing together. They're just, it's only solo plays. They're not passing each other the ball, which is usually their strong point. The fact that they're able to beat their man and just set up the second man so beautifully, but I haven't seen a single occasion of that happening in this first game, and if they want to get back into it, they need to sort this out very, very soon.
Yeah, that game is so comfortable for this Xinjiang team. They just felt like they set up camp in that 20R half for most of the game, and I mean, Zombie, what a performance from him. Almost 500 points, 2 goals, 1 assist. And he really felt like the heart of this team in that game 1 to get them ahead. And I believe that he was the MVP in their last series as well. So he's really turned up to play and really wants that crown in what I believe is his first season. Sorry, not series. I think it's his first season. Yeah, he's really showing up to go for that trophy and putting on an amazing performance here in this game 1.
Yeah, he's put the rest of his team on his back. He has 100% goal participation in this first game. Obviously, I mentioned last series, they just played in the lower bracket. He scored 3 in the first. Well, this time he doesn't score 3, but he scores 2 and assists 1, and even gets the save to boast. Very, very, very strong start from Zombie in this playoffs. And that is a player, that sort of player that you will need if you are to make a run for your money here. But game 2 is about to start. We didn't have a timeout called. And let's get started here, Chow.
Yeah, 20 recruits. They really need to bounce back in this. They cannot afford another game like that. They cannot afford to go 2 games down, but it's not looking like it's going to be a great start. Pixel Glitch, the shot off the post, so close to Xinjiang adding another one here. Now Nikira going the other way, the shot, but Zombie can defend, keeps it out really nicely. Hansen now into the middle, a double commit from Xinjiang, but does it matter? Pixel Glitch, the shot just too high. Nep to the sidewall, Pixel Glitch is there. No boost, beat out by Hansen here. Now Gingernut has to get this touch off the backboard, and does, to the sidewall. No double though, now Zombie to the backboard looking for the double tap, and he gets it. Zombie, unreal.
Zombie, who has played so selfless for the whole series, for the last series as well, this whole playoff run, he's been trying to set his teammates up. He's been holding the back end for them every single time. Well, he sees Nikira go for a solo play down on his half, and then he responds with one of his own down the other end. He scores a beautiful double tap right there. And what a strong start it is from Xinjiang. They have the lead once again, and well, 20 recruits, they need to find their footing if they want to get back into it. This is going to be a bit tricky for them. Zombie, he dunks Gingernut. Nikira whiffs, but Nep with a strong clear, but it's going to get cleared straight back down the other end. Nikira is just launching it, trying to build some pressure here, but that sets up Hansen. That's a good 50 by Gingernut though. Zombie to his corner, a whiff by Gingernut. It's going to buy Xinjiang just a little bit of time to get sorted in the offensive half here. It's going to be Hansen to the sidewall. A strong demo from Zombie. That opens things up. If he can pass this middle, it's not going to be the best pass. Gingernut gets a little bit of a touch. Nep, strong clear here. But Zombie, who has been so clinical in defense, once again, just holds this attack.
I cannot remember the last time I have casted a series and said one player's name this much. Zombie, but now it's Hansen that has put that one away, and it just looked like a really slow shot, just a slow high ball, and it didn't think that that one really had any danger, but Nep just couldn't reach it for whatever reason, and that's a mistake that you cannot afford to do when you're playing against the Unitox side in this form. You cannot give them freebies like that to put them 2-0 up. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to find a way back in this series. Zombie to the backboard, bounces down. Ginger Nut can get a touch away, but Zombie, another demo, just disrupting that defense. Zombie to the sidewall. That one goes mid, on it again. 50 with Ginger Nut. Under Ginger Nut now, Hansen, another one to the backboard, can't get it, the defender, who's there? Nakira clears it out really nicely, now a 50 on the sidewall. Nep taking it forward, only as far as Hansen though. The game is slowed down a little bit, become a little bit of a stalemate, but a team pinch almost makes me eat my words there, Veiled.
Yeah, the Xinjiang roster getting very, very confident. And on the other side, 20 recruits, it's looking like they're starting to panic a little bit. It looks like they lost their cool that they've had all season long. Ginger Nut is going to carry this one forward. Gets dived in by Pixel Glitch. Demo in the back line from Nakira. And it's actually opened up the goal, but Nep just took too long. And that allows Pixel Glitch to get back to save it just in time. A little bit of a bang onto the backboard here. Zombie is going to have a one-on-one. Ginger Nut, that's a very, very weak clear. That sets up a shot for Zombie, who has been so clinical. This time it gets saved though, but the pressure is still mounting from Xinjiang. This one is definitely going to seal it though. It's going to set up an attack for Nep. Onto Hansen, almost 50s it into his own goal, but Pixel Glitch, he bails him out this time. Zombie, a little bit of a whiff, but it allows Hansen to just dive in and get a little bit of a touch to the sidewall. Strong 50 from Pixel Glitch. Ginger Nut launches it into the corner. It's gonna bounce out into the middle area, but it's not far out, and the defense is gonna have no issue clearing that one. And it just goes to show that the passing play from 20 recruits has just not been up to par. They've just not been able to find each other at all. Only getting as far as the last defender, really.
Yeah, but 20 recruits, they are spending a little bit more time in Xinjiang's half, which is something they really struggled to do in that game one. They're gaining a little bit of territory and looking just that a little bit threatening to get their first goal of this series. They're still hunting for that first goal. Could have a perfect sweep on the cards if it stays like this, but 20 recruits, they definitely won't want that on their resume, and they won't want a series loss here on their resume. They want to keep going, but it's so difficult. You've just got to get out of your own half with 30 seconds left. Hansen looking to make it even more difficult. Can't quite connect. Now here he is, Zombie to the backboard. Can he follow that? A bump on the backline, but uncharacteristically, Zombie misses a bit of an open net. They won't mind at the moment though, they're 2-0 up. Hopefully they don't live to regret that one. Now back down in the Xinjiang side, to the backboard, to the middle. Nep, up. Is that one falling into the net? It's just not, but Nakira can follow it in, pinch it with a defender. And 20R have their first goal of the series and 11 seconds to get back into this game too.
Yeah, and it almost seems like that miss from Zombie actually allowed 20 recruits to smell blood in the water. And they find an opening. It's not the most pretty goal ever, but it doesn't have to be. If you want to get back into this game, you can't make it pretty. You just have to make it work, even if it has to be scrappy. The first order of business is keeping this ball up. It has done so far. Hansen makes it awkward for the opposition. Neb is gonna keep it up here. Nakira next up. That's a bit of a poor touch. No one's gonna be able to follow that one, but they get one goal back in the end of this game. And maybe it's enough to get them on the path to get back into this series from next game forward.
Yeah, that one goal could prove so huge. They didn't want to go into it with no goals. They didn't want to go into this game free having not scored in the entire series. Now they know they can do it, even if it was a little bit scrappy. But Xinjiang still by far the best series in the best team in this series so far, and they'll be looking to keep this up, looking for the sweep. But 20R, you'd think they would want to call a timeout, but we haven't seen one come through just yet. We will see if that does come through, but yeah, it's not looking great at the moment for them, but they did get that one goal, maybe to get a little bit of momentum, a little bit of confidence back in, and we'll see what happens here in this game 3.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like there's gonna be a timeout. I did ask for confirmation, but no message coming through. So it is just gonna be purely based on that momentum they had in the first game. Or they want a remake of the lobby, and a timeout is called now. I don't know what the procedure is on that exactly. I'm gonna have to get a word from my production here. Okay.
We will have a little bit of a timeout here, just for 20R to collect their thoughts, look at a way to get back into this game, but this is what they need. They need just a little bit to just settle down, take a breath, a lobby reset, maybe some issues with the gameplay. I saw there was a few shouts of some stuttering game in there. Maybe that'll be fixed if there is a new lobby, and maybe they can get back into this one. But Xinjiang, they'll want to keep doing what they've been doing, putting all that pressure on the side of 20R, not letting them out of their own half, not letting them breathe on that ball. Zombie will want to keep playing the incredible Rocket League that he's playing this series, and the incredible Rocket League he's been playing all night. But the other two, don't sleep on them just because Zombie's been at the top of that scoreboard. They've been instrumental in this incredible team performance so far from Xinjiang.
Yeah, it's been very strong from Zombie. He's done so much work, but job is not done yet. They still have to win one more game to seal this series, and 20 recruits is gonna do everything in their power to make sure that that doesn't happen. Yeah, and I don't know if we got it through, but there is indeed a timeout called in, and it's gonna be mixed in with the lobby reset. The lobby has been set up now. We're just looking to get everyone in, and I'll just try and see if I can get some confirmation on how much of the timeout is approximately left here. I have gotten word that it is a technical timeout, so there is 5 minutes on the clock this time.
We're going to have to talk about this series a little bit more, and I want to ask you, Veiled, obviously, having played in Academy, having played against this 20 recruits team, what is the player that, if you see them getting a way back into this series, who is that player that you are looking at to step up and really put this team on their back and give them a fighting chance in this series?
Well, statistically speaking, Nakira has scored a lot of goals for this team. However, I don't think that he's necessarily the backbone of the team. I think Nep, when he has a strong performance, the whole team has a strong performance. And if he can start setting up his teammates with some nice passes, I believe they can get a way in. I also think Nakira has been going for a lot of solo plays. They haven't really worked out. But if he can start just beating his man, or maybe even get good 50s instead of just trying to take it all the way himself, I think it could open up so much more space for his teammates as well. I think that's the way back into the series.
Yeah, Nakira, obviously. A very storied player in this league. Very well played for a lot of seasons, done quite well in a lot of seasons, but never really lived up to the potential that everyone knows he had. And maybe this could be that season that he's getting in. But yeah, they'll be looking to get back into this. They are one game away here from being out of the playoffs, and it's not a great position. This is where the mental is going to be tested so much for this 20R. They cannot let that get into their heads. They cannot get nervous, because it looks like this series they have been playing a little bit nervous. They just haven't been as confident as Unitox. Unitox have been so confident to go for every ball. And
Yeah. I think the big difference maker in this game has just been Unitox are playing as a unit. 20 recruits. They're not playing like anything that I've seen them play like this whole season. And well, they hyped themselves up a lot, and a lot of people had them going all the way in this playoffs, and maybe they just put too much pressure on themselves. I'm not quite sure, but they haven't gotten anything to work in these 2 games. Only 1 goal to both, and it was more off of a mishap from the opposition than it was a great play by them. So it leaves a lot to be desired from this team if they are to make it. And just a little bit of an update on the mainstream game that we have going on. Aspire going up against Berserkers, and they have found the second game win on the side of Aspire. So they are 1 game away from making the grand final. But we do have our game here. I do believe the timeout is almost over, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, it is indeed over, so we will get them back on the field here for the 3rd game of this series. 20 recruits, they're facing elimination from the tournament. Unitox, 1 game away from making it to, well, if they win this one, they have 1 more series to beat to win, and that will set their future to go to the finals.
Yeah, no more room for mistakes from this 20 recruits team. 1 game away. They have to do much better than they have been in this series. But that is not the way you would have wanted to start it. Pixel Glitch putting Xinjiang already 1-0 up. Hansen, the backflip pass just in front of the net. Pixel Glitch makes sure, and 20 yards, not the start you would have wanted coming off the timeout, coming off that reset, that mental reset, that lobby reset, and you already go 1-0 down, and it's going to be difficult for them to come back from.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult. Zombie has been so instrumental on the back line here. He's going to take so much time here. Beats out Nep. That leaves Nikira as last man here. He's going to take the boost, but he gets bumped. And that's a great attempt by Zombie, but he can't find the follow-up. Nikira, surely you could make the argument that that should have been a goal, but he just called the bluff. He didn't think that Pixel Glitch was going to be diving in that early. And, well, it's cost them dearly because they can't find the equalizer this early. Pixel Glitch, he actually passes it off to Nikira here. Zombie is going to take it to the side. A little bit of a pinch from Nikira that sets up Nep, but not a great shot. And now Pixel Glitch taking it to the other side. Gingerut has to just bang it onto the side. Nikira dives in. Gingerut commits on it as well. He's going to set up Nep, but he misses this shot. And that is not something you want to do when you have to get back into a series like this, Cha.
Yeah, you cannot afford to miss those. It looked like just a wide open net for Nep. Maybe there was a defender coming back that threw him off, but really should be scoring that even at the academy level. Now Nep looking to redeem himself, gets the shot onto the net, and he finds it. Nep will take that last one out of his mind because he's got the equalizer back for 20 recruits.
Yeah, third is the lucky charm for Nep here. He had 3 attempts on goal, only 1 of them on the scoreboard, but at last he finds the equalizer. That's actually a great kickoff from him. Gingerut gets beat out. Nikira overextends a little bit. It's gonna be so awkward here. Only himself to blame. Nep off the backboard here, looking to go coast to coast. He takes it over 1, gets it past Zombie, but Hansen is waiting. And that's a strong clear. A bit of a misread off the backboard makes things awkward for 20 recruits, but they're able to deal with it for now. Gingerut also getting a bit awkward. Nep sitting so awkward on low boost in the goal, still not being bailed out by his teammates. Zombie tries to launch it, shot on target, but not able to do so. Gingerut able to finally bail his team out of this one. But a little bit of a demo onto Nep makes Gingerut have to stay even longer in the play than what he would like to. That's a strong 50 though, but the shot is even better. Nikira gets the save. Gingerut with the pop, and 20 recruits out of danger just for now.
This is better from 20 recruits. Every game you've seen a bit of improvement from them. You've seen in that game 1, they really looked second to the races. In game 2, they did a little bit better, but still looked like the second best team. But in this game 3, it's been very even, very end-to-end, albeit Xinjiang have probably had the more of the pressure, but nothing has looked overly threatening, I would say, and it's been a lot more even. Zombie almost sinking another double tap. Didn't quite have the boost for that one, but the improvement is there for 20 Recruits, and if they can keep improving through this series, get this game, then maybe they can get the reverse sweep. Zombie can't quite get that, has a second chance at it, to the backboard. Pixel Glitch with the shot, and it's in. Zombie setting up Pixel Glitch. Xinjiang reinstate their lead.
They indeed do, and now 20 Recruits. Well, they found their way back once, but they have to do it once more now. It's gonna be a kickoff here. It's gonna be a double diagonal, I believe. Yes, Zombie up against Nep. Goes straight to the side. Gingernaut gets a bit of time here, but he misses the ball. It's gonna leave it for Nakira. He's gonna try and bang it off the backboard, but it's not strong enough. Oh, a bit of whiffs coming in from Xinjiang. Almost opens things up, but not to be this time. Nep keeps things alive for 20 Recruits for now. Gingernaut to the corner. Nakira has to beat 2. He does get a bit of a touch, but it's not on target. Now Pixel Glitch racing down the line. He has to beat Nep. Not able to do so. Hansen tracking back, beat out by Nep. Demo is being looked at by Nakira, not able to find it. And Zombie once again just holding that defense for Xinjiang.
Yeah, not much time left here for 20 Recruits. Pixel Glitch couldn't quite get that one onto the net. A difficult shot for him there, but 20 Recruits, they need to get something soon. 40 seconds left. Zombie to the backline. Nep, boom forward to his teammate. Gingernaut has the shot, opts to pass it mid for Nakira instead. A good idea, but the defense is equal to it. 30 seconds here. Gingernaut to the backboard. Zombie can't quite get it. Nep should have the open net, but he misses it. And that was the chance for 20 Recruits. They let another one slip, and it might just prove costly. Zombie can try get this one away, only as far as the sidewall. A pinch that goes absolutely booming into the ceiling. Nakira really awkward. That one's floating onto the net. Gingernaut can keep it out, but it's on 0 seconds. They need to keep it up, and they don't. Xinjiang sweep to make top 3.
Yeah, and we continue our run of having just sweeps on this stream right here. Nothing but sweeps all day. This time 20 Recruits will fall out of the tournament. And well, you could talk about them lacking or whatever you want, but in the end I do believe Xinjiang, they put in a monster performance since last series really. Even before that, they played beautiful Rocket League, and they have made their way to the lower final, where they will be waiting for the winner. I believe Ascent is just about to end it. They are on 0 seconds on the mainstream. It's trying to be kept alive by Berserkers, but it has just been sealed. This stream is over pretty much. We're just going to be talking about series statistics, but Aspire makes it to the final, and Berserkers will be waiting for Xinjiang in that lower final. Now let's just get the series statistics here. We do have it here. It's 7 goals for Unitalk Xinjiang, only 2 for 20 Recruits, 19 shots to 11. Could have argued that 20R should have scored a couple more goals, but in the end, the statistics are in the favor of Xinjiang, and they are the winners. Now let's get our series MVP on the screen.
Yeah, we get it up here, and it is not really a surprise to me. I'm assuming not to you or anyone in the chat. It is Zombie. What a performance from him. Felt like that main man for Xinjiang that entire series, making everything happen. Really, not only making stuff happen for himself, but making stuff happen for his teammates as well, enabling his teammates to play well along with himself. A really great performance from him, and another well-deserved series MVP for Zombie.
Indeed it is, and well, that concludes our B stream here tonight. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors though, before we send you off to the mainstream. LTXAcademy, if you want some coaching, you can check them out. The link is getting spammed in the mainstream's chat, so when you join that one, make sure to check them out. If not, you can also check them out through our Discord. There is an affiliation link somewhere, I do believe. I'm not sure exactly where. Other than that, SpartanWare, they make our merch, and they have been supporting us for a long time. There is one more. Give me just a sec here. Cha.
Yeah, We've also got Badass Studios, another great sponsor to round off the sponsors here for the RSC. And that will conclude the B stream here for the Academy playoffs. We do have 2 more series tonight, potentially 3 if there is a bracket reset. But next on the main stream, we do have this Xinjiang team against Berserkers in the lower final. So make sure you tune in for that. And don't go anywhere because we got more incredible action coming at you after a short break.
Do you struggle to rank up in Rocket League? Are you stuck in Diamond while your other friends flex their SSL title? Well, look no further. I have partnered up with LTXAcademy as a coach, and we are ready to boost your gameplay. With multiple tournaments and trophies won and thousands of dollars earned, I will tailor to your needs and make sure you get to that next level. I'm also doing discounted prices for the first 10 days, so you do not want to miss out. And you are also probably thinking,
CMOS, how do I book a session with you?
well, that's easy. Just open up that fancy browser of yours, type metafy.gg/@cmasorl_, pick a session to your liking, book a time, and bang, you're booked, and I'll see you in the call. Once again, that's metafy.gg/@cmasorl_.
There's a distance between us. It's getting hard to reach out. Haven't seen you in seasons, but all I hear is your voice. I know my limits, you can break me down, but I'll stay till the finish line. And I've been counting minutes for quite some time now.